فهو درب به نور به ترقى به تحيا عالما حرا فخور اطلب العلم أخي فهو درب
It's good, brothers and sisters, every once in a while to remind yourself and to refresh your information and your ilm about why I am in this life. What is my relation with the environment around me after we understood last week and week before the relation between us and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the relation between us and the human being around us. Now, this life, this environment, why I'm here, and if I am here for a while, for a test, how I have to do to make sure that I will pass this test in the day of judgment, in the moment of death. Every single second in my life, it's a test. And I have to understand how the policy that I have to follow to avoid the mistakes, to avoid repeating the same mistakes. As one day I was interviewing a person to a job, and she said, I have 20 years experience. So why you want to interview me? I told her, maybe you are repeating your mistakes for 20 years. The number is not important as well as what? The practical things on the ground. So we have to make sure that we are not repeating our same mistakes and we thought that we are good. We have 20 years experience. You can't say, I am 45 years old, I'm good, I can pass the test. Shaitan can't put me down. Who told you that? You are a human being, you are a mankind. And God the Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that we are weak. We are not in the angel style that we don't do mistakes. We're human beings. We are human beings. So, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he is our example. No doubt about that. And if he is your example, you have to try as much as you can to follow his teaching, to follow his sunnah. Why we learn the sunnah? To follow. To try to follow. We can't be like him, no way. He is Rasulullah sallam. But we have to try and avoid mistakes and put plan. Try to change, try to improve yourself. And this is what we are doing in business. And if you consider your life business, you have to do the same. Between my hand today, beautiful story about Sahaba used to have a chance to ask Prophet Muhammad alayhi salam private questions. And the common thing between all the stories about the Sahaba, the companions, that they used to ask something about the hereafter more than the dunya. They never ask about the dunya. First, I want to be in Jannah. I want to make sure that I will be in the Jannah. Otherwise, I'm doing nothing. I'm losing. If the end of this life will not lead me and my family to Al-Jannah, means I'm doing nothing. All what I have is against me. I am loser. And we have to make sure, Ikhwani, we have to make sure it's a serious alert that you will end up ready to have the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and let you enter the Jannah. Otherwise, no time for regretting. No time for crying and coming back again. No chance for that. This is the serious matter, Ikhwani. Brothers, sisters, it's not a joke. And when we realize this fact, when you go to the graveyard and you put a friend of you or a brother of you from your family in the grave, in that moment, you will realize that, oh, life is nothing. Yesterday he was with us. Now he is under the sand, under the ground. Now we are calling him the body. Yesterday we used to call him Khalid, Abu Muhammad, Abu Ahmed, Mr. Khan. Now we are calling him what? Bring the body, put the body. Even they forgot his name. He's gone. This is the life. Equal zero, nothing. So if we want to understand and keep reminding ourselves these things, we'll avoid doing the mistakes. And no big deal. Nobody is perfect. If you do a mistake, stop and correct it. But don't insist to repeat yourself over and over again. You have to be down to earth to the knowledge. Go and learn more and more, and don't say, I know everything. I don't need. No, we need. We need to worship Allah. We need to learn our religion. And we need to be with a group. Because when you are with a group, they will give you a lot of advices. They will make you more stronger than when you be alone by yourself. Shaitan will haunt you by yourself. For that reason, Ikhwani, we have Jama'ah in Salatul Jumu'ah. We have khutbah every week. We have Fajr Salah. We have Qira'at al-Quran. We have Ramadan. We have Al-Hajj. We have those seasons to increase our strengths. When I look at your face, you look at my face, we shake the hands. We say, Jazakallahu khairan. You increase my iman, I increase your iman. We spread the love and the trust. When I am in need, I knock at your door, you hold me. I feel that we are one body, one nation, one community. Otherwise, if you want to live isolated by yourself, believe me, maybe it's fun. But you will face a lot of problems without having this luxury when you are part of a community in the houses of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Between my hand, 3 stories. And those stories with Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Number 1, a man came to Rasulullah from a Sahaba, absolutely. Qala, he said, Ya Rasulullah, O Messenger of Allah, guide me to do something makes Allah loving me and also the community. This Sahabi, he wants Allah to love him. Imagine. And the community and the people. Which is okay, am I right? It's good. If you can win 2 of them, perfect. But he's focusing first, how can I make Allah love me? Because you know, if Allah loves you, Ya Taha, if Allah loves you, you will win, no matter what. You remember, Ya Taha, Al-Badriyun, those that they fought Quraysh government in Badr battle. Those are al-awa'il, the beginners, the people that they did what they did in the beginning, in the first. Because all the beginnings are what? Tough and difficult. If you put your hand first, means you have upper hand. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said to one person, he used to say something against one of those Badriyin. He said, don't talk about him. He is from Al-Badriyin. God said to Al-Badriyin, do whatever you want. You have the forgiveness. They will not do anything wrong, absolutely, but this is how Allah loved them. Because they sacrificed. Ikhwani, our religion, if you want to make it a shortcut with one word, it's sacrificing. Fajr Salah, you need to sacrifice. Isha Salah, sacrifice. Jum'ah Salah, sacrifice. Paying Zakah, sacrifice. Goes to Hajj, sacrifice. It's sacrificing. Tadhiyah. And you are the winner. At the end of the the day, insha'Allah ta'ala. So, Ya Taha, he said, guide me, O Messenger of Allah, to do something makes Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loving me and the community. He said, Sallu ala Rasulullah, izhad fi dunya yuhibbuka Allah. Az-zuhd. Ikhwani, az-zuhd, do not look after things around you. One of the scholars, he explained this attitude in a beautiful way. He said, you say to the dunya like this, the life, money, wealth, business, friendship, whatever, you say like this. If the dunya comes to your hand, it's welcome. If the dunya didn't come, it's equal. Do not let the dunya comes to your heart. Keep it where? In your hand. And he gives example. He said, if you are in ocean or on the sea, in a boat, if you let the water comes inside the boat, you will die. You will sink. But if you use the water to across the sea or the river to the next bank, you will win. Here is the dunya. Don't let the dunya comes inside. Keep it in your hand. This is a zuhd. If it's coming, ahla wa sahla, welcome. I will not stay poor. I will have to work hard to make my living, to be rich, to build, to have wealth. No big deal. Wa alaikum salam. No big deal. But do not let the dunya occupy what? Your heart. Heart just for him, subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is the wisdom that Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam told this man. You want Allah to love you, do not look after this dunya. If I'm not worried about the dunya, I will use all my time to worship Allah, to remember His name, to be good person, a noble character. So Allah will be what? Happy for me. Because ikhwani, if you look after the dunya, is there any stop sign? No stop signs. You will keep what? Working and walking and running and no end. This is how we've been built. If you have 1,000, you're looking for what? Yunus, another 1,000. If you have 1,000,000, you look for another 1,000,000. If you have a house, you look for another house. This is us. So I have to control myself by put all the dunya here. But here, something else. So this is advice number 1. You want Allah to love you, keep the dunya outside your heart. Be zahid. Number 2, وَازْهَدْ فِي مَا عِنْدَ النَّاسِ يُحِبُّكَ النَّاسِ. And don't look at what the people have in their hands. Everybody will love you. But if you keep asking, as one day I met one person, first time meeting with him, I swear by Allah, he asked me more than 25 questions. What's your name? Where you live? What car you drive? How many wife you have? How many kids you have? Where's your job? How you came to this country? How many years you have citizenship? I answered all his questions, believe me, but I didn't ask him no. To give him a message, I'm not interested in asking questions. Why you ask me? Such a people like those, they are sick. Believe me, they are sick. It's enough to know my name. And if you want more, what's my career? That's enough. Some people, they are sick, they want to know details. Why you want to know details about people? It's not our business. Focus about yourself, your mistakes, your relation with Allah. Focus about yourself. Nobody is perfect. Even if you want to compare yourself with others, others are human like you. And nobody loves this from you. They don't like this. Don't go these ways with humans. So don't look after the people, what they have, what they own. People will love you. Otherwise, believe me, if I see him next time, what I will do? I will change my track. Assalamu alaikum. Because we don't like these things. So, the first question, this person came to Rasulullah, Ya Rasulullah, guide me, teach me to do something makes Allah loving me and the human being, the community. He said, do not love this dunya, do not put this dunya in your heart, Allah will love you. Because in that moment you will be free to Him. And don't look after what the people have. People will respect you and they will love you. Then, the second story about the same subject, the same theme. Ibn Mas'ud, Abdullah, Sahabi, very famous Sahabi. قال نام رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. What nama means? He slept. Prophet Muhammad sallam, he slept one day على حصير. Al-hasir, piece of rag, plastic, very hard, and if you sleep on it 10 minutes and more, you will have a map on your body from the material that it's been built from. Very hard, hasir. He said he slept over that rag. فقام وقد أثر في جنبه. When he woke up, we saw the influence of this rag on his side, on his body. Then Sahaba, they look, oh, Messenger of God, and he slept over this bad material. Why? They said to him, Ya Rasulullah, can we bring for you a mattress? Small mattress, soft one, so you can sleep without having this kind of fruit on your body, track on your body, because it's not easy, believe me. Then look what he said to them. If he wants, Prophet Muhammad, what he has to do? Ya Rabb, am I right? He could what? Go and buy it. But he want to be an example for everyone and to teach us what is the philosophy of this dunya. He said, Mali walid dunya. I'm not interested in this life. If I sleep on this or on the ground, I don't care. I didn't even see it. Mali walid dunya. Don't tell me about these things. Innama ana fi dunya. My example in this life, ka rakib, as the one who is traveling over his camel. Then he saw a tree in his way. So he stopped and sat under the tree just to relax. Then he left the tree and continued his trip. My living in this dunya, like the 15 minutes sitting under that tree. I will not, if you are in that position, Abdul Rahman, you will not care about the tree, if it's green or not green, what kind of fruit this tree has, if it's big or small. All what you care about, the 15 minutes relaxing under the tree. This is the philosophy of the life that we live. So mattress, not mattress, for Prophet Muhammad sallam, it wasn't a matter. This is how you treat yourself, not to keep all your focusing about here. I want to focus about over there. Over there. But as I said, my hand is open. If the dunya want to come to me and give me mattress 40, 50 centimeter, no big deal. It's welcome. But I will keep the dunya where? In my hand. Do not let the dunya comes to what? Inside your heart. Remember the boat over the sea. It's very beautiful example. So مالي وللدنيا إنما الدنيا كراكب استظل تحت شجرة ثم راح وتركها. The third story a wisdom, advice from Rasulullah, and it's very beautiful. Sometimes, ikhwani, because we live in a luxury life, we can't see it as a blessing. We see it as a routine, guaranteed. But if you take a break and go and visit those that they are suffering, you realize the blessing that you have. Especially our kids. I advise myself and everybody who has kids, take them and let them see those that they are suffer. Hospitals, disabled centers, camp for refugees. Go and let them visit. Graveyard. To see that their life is luxury and they have to appreciate the blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They have to realize that it's not something because you are fulan or X or no. It's a blessing from God and you will be questioned about it. Everybody has to realize this fact. You drive a 2016 car. It's not free. You will be asked. Allah will ask me and you. From where and how and for what. For that reason, this is the third advice from Rasulullah about the zuhd. How to realize the reality of this life and keep it in your hand, not in the heart. He said, Ubaidillah ibn Muhsin, he said, Prophet Muhammad said to us one day, Man asbaha minkum, any one of you, if he wake up in the morning and he has the following. Number one, aminan fi sirbihi, he is secured in his family. Nobody knock at your door. Nobody come to rob you and steal your money. Nobody comes and take your wife or your daughters. Slavery. Nobody push you to do something over your will. Your car outside, you feel relaxed. Nobody will steal it and call you after 10 minutes. Hey, give us this and this, and you take your car back. I'm not talking from the imagination. It's now in every single Muslim country, especially Middle East and, according to my knowledge, Pakistan. Disaster. If they know that you are just rich, you will see something immediately happen to you with a threat. Give us. This is now a big exam. So when you have the security, you have to be thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's a blessing. People now kidnapping kids and ask money from their parents in the Muslim countries. Poverty, corruption, it's there. So if you wake up in the morning and you are secured, number two, mu'afa fi jasadihi, you are healthy. Number two, you are healthy. You can go to release yourself in the bathroom. Others, they can't. You can walk without pain. Others, they can't. You can see, you can hear. You can do your functions normally without any difficulty. It's a big blessing. When you look at your son, your kids, sons and daughters, they are healthy, they can talk, speak, run, walk, study, normal. It's a blessing. You have to raise your hand to Allah and say, Ya Rabb, alhamdulillah. Others, they are suffering, disabled. It's a big test for them. We ask Allah for them to give them the support and the sabr. Say Ameen. It's not a joke, ikhwani. It's lifetime exam, lifetime test. Those that they have the disabled kids. And they are among us. We know them. We ask Allah to support them, to give them al-thabat wa sabr. Say Ameen. It's not easy. And for them, I'm telling them, don't give up and have the patience. Allah will raise your level in the Jannah because of your test, and you pass the test, inshaAllah ta'ala. Just Always ask Allah al-afu wal-afiyah. Always ask Allah this dua. Number 3, عنده قوت يومي. He has his daily food. So 3 things, Umar. Number 1, you are secured. Number 2, you are healthy in your family. Number 3, you have your daily food. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, if you own those 3 things, you don't even need anything else. He said, فَكَأَنَّمَا حِيزَتْ لَهُ الدُّنْيَا بِحَذَافِيرِهَا. As if you are owning all the dunya. This is the dunya. Why we live in this dunya? We need the security, we need the health, and the food. At the end of the day, everybody will fill his stomach. Even if he has $1,000 or $100,000, the same stomach, from the same plate and the same things. So you are as if you are the king in this dunya. So those small things, ikhwani, it's heavy in the scale of the believers. Mu'min, for him, this is a big thing. Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. Ikhwani, this is the topic for today. We can summarize it. I have to look as mu'min for the real future, which is after death. In this dunya, I'll try to live rich. I try to live, inshallah, businessman. I try to live in a luxury life, no big deal. But I will not look after these things as if this is my goal. I will make my hand like this. If the dunya will come, welcome. I will use it, as Allah said in the ayah, وَابْتَغِ فِي مَا آتَاكَ اللَّهُ الدَّارَ الْآخِرَةَ وَلَا تَنْسَ نَصِيبَكَ مِنَ الدُّنْيَا. Use what Allah gave you to build your real future over there. And don't forget your share in this life. No big deal. You combine between here and there in a wise way, you will be the most happy or the most happiest person in this life. So we ask Allah in this moment to keep us in this level of knowledge, to keep us remembering Him, and remember to say thanks for Him, to do shukr for Him. Because when you do more shukr, Allah will keep giving you the blessing and the gifts and the luxury and the ni'am from Him. Allahumma ameen. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فيا فوز المستغفرين استغفروه وادعوه وأنتم موقنون بالإجابة.